2014 edition of the 10.1 tablet, which means it's an update on last year's model. And that means on this Android tablet you get a much improved screen, a faster than ever before processor, and some easier to use commands on this S Pen. Keep watching to find out about all these new features. You've heard of a Retina display on the iPad, but this tablet screen goes one better. It's got a resolution of 2560 by 1600, which is an incredible amount of detail, almost an unnecessary amount of detail unless you're going to be watching ultra high definition films all the time. But certainly when we've been browsing the web and watching some of the videos on the tablet, it does look incredibly good. Most phones only have 4 cores in their processor. It's a quad-core processor. With the 8-core processor in this tablet, it means that the computing burden is spread evenly, and therefore the tablet can run faster. Now for everyday use, like surfing the web or note-taking, you certainly won't get the full benefit of this 8-core processor. But if you're into gaming, then 3D gaming in particular should work particularly well, and you won't notice any slowdown on the 3D graphical games that you offer. As with the Galaxy Note 3 phone, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.1 tablet does come with some interesting new software innovations. Key to this is multitasking, which you could already get on previous Note phones and tablets, but it's been updated. Now when you multitask, you can run windows side by side and copy different images and bits of text between them, which is good. You can also bring up miniature windows which will layer themselves over an app which you're already running. So for example, if you're in a Note app and you're looking for a load of stats and figures, then you can bring up the calculator and add them all up and make a total. So that's the new Samsung Galaxy Note tablet. It's 535 grams light, which is nice. It feels good in your hand. It's pretty thin. I like it as an Android tablet. This looks to be a good high-end tablet, but for more of our first impressions, head over to which.co.uk/technology. This is Samsung's Galaxy Gear Watch. Now it's different to usual Rolex or even a Casio watch, and that's because it's a smartwatch. What does that mean? Well, basically it can replicate the functions of your phone in a watch, so you can send text messages, answer calls, and even use apps. We're going to take a look at its 3 key features. First thing you'll notice about the Samsung Galaxy Gear Watch is its size. Now it's got a 1.63-inch screen, which is just about good enough for reading the slimmest of messages and emails. It feels quite chunky on the wrist, but it's not unbearable. You can imagine wearing it about town without feeling self-conscious about the fact that you've got a smartwatch on. The second thing that is worth knowing about the Samsung Galaxy Gear is, of course, its camera. Whether you'd actually want to take a photo with your watch is an entirely different matter. Now you're probably wondering what the battery life of the Samsung Galaxy Gear is, because if it replicates the function of a smartphone, smartphones tend to drain battery very quickly. But the Galaxy Gear is slightly different. It's got a 25-hour-long battery life. This is just more than a day's usage of the gear, and then you'll have to charge it again. So feasibly, you could get away with wearing it all day, every day, although obviously we'll want to get the watch into our test labs and see whether it lives up to that promise in practice. One final thing you should know about the Galaxy Gear is that it's only compatible with Samsung Galaxy phones, so you can't link it to your iPhone or Windows Phone or even your HTC, which runs on Android, for example. So that's the Samsung Galaxy Gear Watch. It's out later this month, and overall I'm impressed with what Samsung has managed to cram into a watch, but ultimately I'm not really sure I'd want to use my watch as a phone. There's a weird feature where if you want to answer a call, you've got to hold your watch hand up to your head so you can talk to it, which I'd feel very self-conscious about. Plus, because its screen is 1.63 inches, you're going to have to flick through its touchscreen a lot if you want to read an especially long email. For more information on the Samsung Galaxy Gear Watch, head over to which.co.uk/technology.